You're watching Reality Check. How often do we see governments meant to uphold the rule of law given to rule of mob? The latest, the Rajasthan government, which has decided to ban the screening of the film Padmavat in the state, a decision determined by cynical politics but cloaked in the garb of herd sentiments. The statement by the Rajasthan Chief Minister said that Padmavat will not be screened because the sentiments of people will have to be respected. Rani Padmini, she says, is not a mere history chapter. She is Rajasthan's pride. This despite the film and the filmmakers having to literally grovel in multiple forums, putting out videos to claim that the film is not anti-Rajput, appear before a parliamentary panel, have the film screened by a panel appointed by the censor board, which has led amongst many changes to a bizarre shortening of its name. And yet the Rajasthan government has found it culturally inappropriate. This isn't surprising given that the state government has largely stood by while fringe groups claiming to represent Rajput sentiment have attacked the film sets and openly threatened violence but faced no action. Sanjay Bhansali and the film set was attacked during the shooting, no arrests. The Karni Sena chief threatened to chop off Deepika Padukone's nose and behead Bhansali, no arrests. The Karni Sena members blocked the entrance to the Chittor fort. Shots were fired, no arrests. Finally, when they vandalized a multiplex for playing the trailer of the film, there were 8 arrests. The only time the Rajasthan government acted, arresting these 8 for vandalism. Of course, all of them are out on bail. All right, joining me tonight on the show to debate this, I have with me Professor Yogendra Yadav, President of the Swaraj India. Also, we have with us C.P. Singh Rathore, the State Vice President of the Karni Sena, joining us from Jaipur. Anna Vetikad is here, author and film critic, and also Professor Kapil Kumar, who is a historian and one of those who previewed the film Padmavat. Yogendra, are you surprised at all at this completely disgraceful capitulation by the Rajasthan government?
I'm not surprised. I'm saddened. First of all, we must, I think, begin by accepting that in our country we've had a very poor history of defending freedom of expression. It goes back to those days when Salman Rushdie's book was banned. From those days onwards, we've had a fairly poor history, but this one must be considered to be the lowest chapter so far. This is ridiculous, this is obnoxious, and this is tragic. It is ridiculous because, though, as someone said, those who have not watched the movie are complaining about dishonor of someone who did not exist. We don't know what the complaint is all about. It is obnoxious because, as you pointed out, here are people holding out straightforward threats. Naak kaat denge, maar denge, itna paisa denge. The entire state sits quietly. I mean, what is happening? Where is rule of law in this country minimally? It is tragic because all this is basically designed to draw your attention away from something.
Yes.
Which is widespread rural distress. What is the condition of farmers in the state of Rajasthan? How many farmers' agitation this state has seen in the last 2 or 3 months?
Yes.
And all this is basically meant to distract from that and focus on something which is completely not the real issue there.
Right. Okay. No, fair enough. But, you know, I just wanted to ask you, Professor Kapil Kumar, that this is somewhat surprising, isn't it? That despite the fact that the film's name has been changed, various modifications have been suggested, which apparently have been taken on board, the Rajasthan government, despite that, and also Sanjay Leela Bhansali comes out and issues that almost cringe-worthy hostage-like video where he says, there's nothing here to offend anybody. He goes before a parliamentary panel.
Should I start telling you from scene 1 to scene end that what is offending in the film? Should I start from that?
No, please don't.
No, if you want that.
No, but presumably
No, what do you mean?
No,
what do you mean?
Because it's not about what's offending. If we start objecting
hold
to
on.
stopping films that offend people, then you can stand on a roadside and sneeze and there will be someone in this country
Well,
who
there
will be
can't
offended.
be films made in this country in the name of freedom of expression to divide and burn this country.
But
No,
there
but
are
You say
people...
that freedom of expression doesn't mean that you burn this country to fight.
T.
I'm talking as a
Raja-
historian, I'm talking as an audience.
And
Okay.
T.
In the name
Raja
of
Singh-
creativity, in the name of
and
freedom
T.
of expression, you are
Raja
putting the country
and
to
Okay,
T.
sir,
Raja
sir.
Singh, a BJP
listen to
MLA,
me.
can threaten
Forget
to burn
BJP and
down
forget
theatres.
Congress.
Okay,
I'm
let's
not
maintain
talking
decorum.
BJP,
We've
I'm
just
not
started the
talking
show.
Congress. I'm
Okay, Anna,
talking
just
as
a
a
second.
historian who has reviewed the film.
Okay,
You
sir,
keep your politics away.
Sir,
From objectivity on the film. You don't want to have a discussion on the film scenes.
Okay, sir, let's be calm. Let's not get agitated.
No, that's what it is. If you had a debate, then talk on the film. Why
Okay.
talk politics?
Okay, can I just ask you this? That if you're saying that the film had aspects of it which were objectionable, presumably those have been already incorporated because you raised those objections.
No.
And the film and the producers and the directors of the film have made those changes, which is why they've got a certificate issued.
Let me say something.
So then what's the problem?
Listen, to give certificate is the job of the censor board.
Okay.
It's not my job.
All right.
They give it or they don't give it, that was not my job.
No, but are you
My
saying
job
that...
on seeing the film was,
Yes.
I saw the film as a historian,
Right.
as a student,
Right.
as an audience,
Right.
and as a citizen. And after that, I gave my reactions to
Are
them
you
in the
saying
film.
that the problems you had with the film have not been incorporated
Not
in
at
the
all.
final cut?
That's why I'm telling you that.
Okay.
You see, today you people are all concentrating on one aspect, that one Rajput organization is opposing and giving
No,
abuses.
we're
listen
not.
1 minute.
No, we're not. We're
Listen
saying
one
that the
minute.
state government.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no.
Don't say you people and misrepresent us. What we are. I don't normally would want to waste time debating something like a film. But the reason is a state government, which is supposed to uphold the rule of the law,
Yes.
has decided not to screen a movie which has
Yes.
been cleared by the censor board.
Yes.
That's
yes,
absurd.
Yes.
Where
yes.
then is the rule? Is it rule of law or is it rule of mob? Can I
No,
just,
what-
in fact, we have Geeta Bhatt, who's an academician and RSS supporter who joins us. Geeta Bhatt, how would you respond to this? I mean, surely the government's job is to ensure that the rule of law is safeguarded. Why would it capitulate to the mob?
See, what I feel is that the creative liberty or expression, it is of course very utmost important in any society.
Yes.
But right now when we are talking in the context of Padmavat, see, in any democracy, it is the people's voice, which is most important. Now, in this respect, I would like to talk about
People's voice over rule of law?
Just listen to me. Just listen to me.
Tell me one thing. Tell me one
Sir,
thing. No,
sir,
you're
please
talking
don't
about
interrupt.
rule of
Please
law.
don't interrupt. I'm talking to her.
I would
Please
just
don't
like
interrupt.
to- I would
Please
li-
don't
I would
interrupt.
just
Well, I'll
like
come
to-
on rule of law to you.
I would just like to quote here the example of what happened in the case of Jallikattu decision, judgment. It was a judgment which was given by the court, but then finally what happened? The government had to bow down to the willpower of the people, isn't it? Secondly,
But
when
how
it
does
comes
that
to,
make it right?
No, see, there,
How does that make it right?
see,
Because here a
there-
film has been
can anyone
already
of us-
censored
see,
by the
can-
board.
Can
Its name has been changed.
Okay.
Modifications have been taken on board.
One more example that I
Sure.
would like to bring here is that very recently there is a movie called 21 Months of Hell, which has been not given a certificate by the Kerala Film Certification Board. And just because that movie talks about the emergency period and the torture that was inflicted
No,
on
but this is
RSS
not about.
people. No,
this
but
is not
none
about.
of the
This is not
people-
about whataboutery.
No,
That
I'm
if it's
just trying to
happening
say
there,
that
it's
why,
okay here. It's
why,
all wrong,
why
right?
Why this is not becoming a topic of debate?
Will you give me
Okay,
Why
this
this
is
is not
whataboutery.
becoming a topic?
This
Will
is
you give me
whataboutery.
an
No,
Okay,
this is-
let's get Anna Vati card and then we'll move on.
Srinivasan, we shouldn't be surprised. Firstly, of course, you said it's the rule of the mob, but the point right now is that the government is the mob. We keep saying that the Karni Sena is the fringe. The Karni Sena is not the fringe. It has the support of the ruling party at the center and in Rajasthan state. And we have had, the gentleman here is talking about the country not being burnt down by filmmakers. What is that supposed to mean? We've
will
had a
explain what I mean.
BJP MLA openly saying that he will burn down theatres which show Padmavati. So we need to stop as liberals to using words like the fringe for these people. They know that they have the ruling party's support.
Okay.
In fact, we have
Srinivasan,
we have
Let
the
me give an answer
Karni
on
Sena
rule of
gentleman
law.
here. No, can I? Because he's not had a chance to speak.
Okay.
CP Singh Rathore जी आप हमारे साथ हैं. आप स्टेट वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैं करनी सेना के. मेरा सवाल ये था कि करनी सेना ने धमकी दिया है कि वो संजय लीला भंसाली का सर कलम कर देंगे, दीपिका पादुकोण का सर कलम कर देंगे। अभी सेंसर होने के बाद आपने कहा है कि अगर ये फिल्म दिखाई जाती है तो राजस्थान नहीं पूरा इंडिया जलेगा। इन सब बयानों की वजह से क्या आप पर कोई पुलिस कार्रवाई हुई है? आपकी कोई जांच पूछ हुई है? आपका कोई अरेस्ट हुआ है?
The vandalization done in Kota, 8 guys get arrested. Right? The rule of law is followed.
That was one instance. That was one instance. I cited 4 instances where no arrest happened.
Let me speak.
Okay.
We have demanded from the very first day that this type of historical distortion is not allowed anywhere in the country. Why Sanjay Leela Bhansali has showed this movie to Mewad royal family? Because Rani Padmini.
But that is not my question.
Rani Padmini belongs to their family. Right?
No, but that's not my question. My question is that for all these death threats that you've made, have you faced any police action?
Why censor board have given us the certificate? What is the use of making some committee and show the movie?
No, Mr. Rathore, you're not answering my question. I'm saying you are making death threats. Has the police approached you? Have they arrested you? Have they taken any action against you?
Communal controversy to the country. Why such kind of directors and producers are allowed to work in the country? Why they should not?
Sir, are you evading my question?
He have.
Sir, are you evading my question? You're not answering my question.
I am evading your question.
You are evading my question. Okay. Okay, if you're evading my question, then I'm afraid I'll have to cut you off because, there are certain ground rules to a panel. Can I ask you
something on rule of law?
Yeah, I'm coming to you in a second.
I
want to come to you in a second.
The rule of law.
I want to come to you in a second, but Geeta Bhatt, here you have a situation, forget everything else. You have a situation where you have groups and individuals openly making death threats, threatening violence, even carrying out violence, and yet here they are on national television, untouched, unaffected, no consequences at all.
See, no one is above law and no one has the right to take law in their own hands. And
but it clearly appears to be the case in Rajasthan that they can.
See, if such a thing is happening, then I think the state government should take whatever is the corrective measure that the government should take forward.
But they're not doing that.
No,
that's the whole
point. The point is,
would you say that the Rajasthan government has failed?
See, the point is that, again I am bringing back, you kind of brushed it us off, but the point is that even when in the case of Jallikattu, when the court had come out with a decision, ultimately you have to understand the sentiments that the people, who live in Rajasthan and the way they consider Padmavati, she is revered as a goddess there, she is considered as a heroine, and if not at all, if nothing else, she is a representative of a lot of
Professor Kapil Kumar,
let me just give me 10 seconds to complete.
No, let him come in. He wants to come in.
Let me come to this.
Yes.
You are saying that we abide by law. Okay. Now, which is the
I'm not saying that. The Indian Constitution says that.
Constitution says. Okay. We all say that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, the Supreme Court of this country gave punishment of hanging to a terrorist. Okay. After that Supreme Court judgment, the same Yogendra Yadav, Prashant Bhushan, etc., they sat on dharna outside the Chief Justice house at 12 o'clock in the night that ruling should be changed. Where was the rule of law in Supreme Court at that time?